Attention, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, yo.
What's his name?
Dilated. Hey, yo.
What's his name? Let me hear you say.
Dilated Peoples.
East to West Coast, it don't matter. It's intelligence.
Yo, check it out, man. What we got wrong with Dilated? I'm blocking them.
New levels.
Dilated. Don't put this on there.
Our latest and greatest 2020. It's a great fucking record. This one's gonna really, I feel like it's aging like fine wine, you know. This being, we knew this was gonna be our last record on Capitol, and we wanted to set the record straight.
So, you know, it was just a situation we wanted to let people know, you know, what's happening with Dilated, what's happening with the family, with the crew, and that, you know, the sword is still as sharp as ever, man. We still coming. It's no problem. It's no problem at all. We still doing our thing.
We understand our position, and this is gonna, you know, help correct our legacy, so to speak.
And we also let the record label know, and anybody else putting them on alert that doesn't matter. You know, this is organic. The record labels didn't create Dilated Peoples. We were already Dilated Peoples, which is why the record labels wanted to fuck with Dilated Peoples.
And this is, you know, where we're at, 4 albums deep, 10 years plus as a group. You know, at this point, this really shows where we're at and what we do as a unit and what we're capable of doing on our own by ourselves, in a square room with a computer, and a microphone and some turntables and records, you know. So
back again, definitely. Once again, peace to the Alchemists. That record's just a proclamation, man. It's letting people know what time it is.
We're stating that we're back again. You know, it was a proclamation, and it captured the essence of where we were at the time. And you know, we fuck with Jason again on this one. You know, back from Dave Myers, back from Spaceland, back to reality. A realistic budget again. We called Jason to do this shit, and of course our connection with him was real good. And he had this one take concept. Let's do a video in one take, keep walking in a fucking circle, keep spinning back again.
Basically, it's just an ill video. Every time, everything is always coming back to square one. It's always coming back to the beginning, and that's just a circle of life. We're able to kind of metaphorically illustrate that with this video.
And I was very, very, very nervous going into this video shoot. It was our last chance to do it right. I didn't feel like we nailed it properly. The day of the shoot, all the props started coming up. I implemented a lot of my ideas personally to help the treatment see its way through, and Rocka did as well. And we nailed this fucker. We really nailed this video. It's my favorite video we've probably ever done.
Listen up, man.
what's up, y'all? This is Babu. You guys are here at my home studio, about an hour east of Los Angeles at a undisclosed location. But I'm gonna show you guys, you know, how I make a beat. And as an example, I'm gonna use a beat that we used on the 2020 record called Alarm Clock Music. So most of my beats come from records. You know, I sample, and it's a sample we clear, so no one gets scared. And you know, I got this record. I can show the record, but we're gonna black it out. So I got this record right here, and you know, so I was listening to it. Found an ill song.
Behind the eyes, you take the strain to keep the pain away.
So all through the record,
Deny the lie,
I took that little beginning part,
give the game away.
And this part kind of like, there's a reoccurring part where they flip it different ways.
Listen to
And, you know, I kind of changed the pitch on it, sped it up a little bit, took all the pieces and chopped it up. Hats, snare, kicks, you know, so I had a pattern I was kind of thinking of. Something like that, you know, so I started playing the loop and I just kind of messed around with it, you know. So these are all pieces like from all over the record, and I took them, I just chopped them all in a little bit, and I put them together. So usually the first thing I do, hey, let's see who came over here right now. God damn it.
Is that gonna reach the doorbell?
I'm doing pretty bad right now anyways.
What was that?
It's one of Kat's girlfriends. Brought over some extra diapers and extra clothes. The kids grew out of it. Hey, you want some extra clothes? That was nice of her.
That's what?
One of my wife's friends came over and dropped off some baby stuff. So I got all these pieces from the record. So I have these little parts that made up one loop, you know what I mean? I was thinking something like... And then I found these horns. I found this. And I was like, oh, that's sick. So I'll go from. I was like, ah, that shit is sick. So I had that going. I get that looping, and then I start trying to look for drum sounds, just a kick and a snare. So these I took off another record. What are these? I'm not gonna tell you where my drums are from, but it comes straight from records. I guarantee you, I be digging. Anyways, So I start messing around, I find some kind of pattern. So I add that. Then I start building it up, I add more percussion to it, from there I give it a hi-hat. So right now I just have like my basic drum pattern going, hi-hats, kicks, snares, and then I started adding bottom to it. You gotta make it hit, put the 808s to it and stuff. Probably can't hear it there, but when you're in the car, you definitely feel that. So right there, I figured out like from that sequence, I made like 8 bars. I built the turnaround around that horn. This is kind of like the part I envisioned, MCs rapping on. And then I also have this. So that's I just got chopped crazy, and I just keep building sequences, building up, and I kind of see the song in my head, and I'll just lay it out. So obviously, when I was just making the beat, I didn't know it was going to be alarm clock music yet, but, I basically felt like this was a chorus part right here. And obviously it turned out being the chorus for the song, it's, cause this here's alarm clock music, banging out beats like a bomb drop to it, you know what I mean? So that ended up being the part that I scratched to. I actually scratched Rocka's vocals right there, and I'm scratching alarm clock music and all that shit. Yeah, it's one of my favorite beats, you know what I mean? And it's a good show of my style, you know what I mean? Making records from records, chopping samples up into fine bits from all kinds of different sources and rearranging it and putting it back together and, you know, making some grimy hip hop. So yeah, so after all all the bits I added, see I got an 808, that's what another thing I added some of those crashes, some hi-hat, all them chopped up samples, Oh, I even have the ending in there. See? See, it's like, you know?
Yeah.
Is that enough?
I played some other samples though, on some other shit that I was just pulling out of the crates before we were talking right now. And these are records that, I could share with you because they're clear. This is Love and War, Ted Taylor. Kind of looked like Rocka Taylor, Ted Taylor. You notice a resemblance here? Spooky, a little bit? All right.
Hold it. To the camera. Show them back.
You know what I'm saying? Ted Taylor is chilling right there. This is Love and War. I could play you the beat in a minute, but I did that on my MPC, not the ASR, so I'd have to load that drum machine up for you.
I can't take it anymore. I just can't take it anymore. Well, I gave it my best try. All my years up.
Speed records up because this is the tempo we would rap on, I gotta bop my head to it, otherwise I can't rap on it. So at its real speed, the essence of the record is way more there, but we speed the shit up because we need to make it rappable, and at this tempo ain't nobody rapping unless you're Twister. You could, but not like I think it was this. I got the fucking leopard. Fuck. Come again, the party sample's right here. Took that MV. Alchemist. Crazy. Fucking us are doing the same thing. Some of us are just better at it than others, but what I went to show you earlier is technical doesn't even matter, because my beat had pops in it and clicks, and technically it wasn't as made as well as Kanye, and Alchemist shit wasn't made as good as Alchemist, but it didn't stop the crowd from fucking rocking that shit and really performing it, that's for sure. So, you know, you got certain people like dirty producers, like dudes who fucking lower the sample rate, like LP or somebody like that, Company Flow, dude, them shits is dirty, but the emotion is so high in the beats that it's like, it supersedes that. Like, a piece of shit beat made, mixed poorly, with emotion, will always beat something made correctly that's sterile and fucking has no soul in it. So I say emotion always beats technical. You know, you could have a great mix, but there's no emotion in it. What's that? Just a clean piece of shit, you know? Or you could have some fucking dirty shit that's clicking, but it's got soul in it. People are always gonna feel that more. So I would say capture the essence of your soul, put it into this machine, let it come back to you, and worry about the technical shit later. Hire a dope engineer, hire somebody to come clean your shit up, and have your homie who's better than you come clean it up later. Just get the funk in the shit, because that's the essence of what people are gonna feel at the end of the day, more than if your snare is EQ'd perfectly. That's some Dr. Dre shit. When you can make emotion and have the shit EQ'd properly, then you're just on top of the game. That's why there's few people who are like that, because they understand both sides, the technical and the emotion. But worry about the emotion right now before you start going to engineering school and trying to fucking do all that other shit.
Dilated, 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 dilated.